Well, good morning. Well, it's good morning here in uh, the Dallas Fort Worth area. It's been forever. So I guess it just really depends when you're viewing the video. But hey, good morning. But what I've decided to do, and I know it's been forever since I've done any videos, I do so much traveling and I've actually moved two or three times. I can't even remember in the last 3 years. But uh, I've decided to pop back up on YouTube, and I do so much selling of vintage. I'm on so many different platforms that it really keeps me busy. I've got, I don't know, 1 to 2,000 pieces that are listed. I do a lot of selling on Depop now. I do a lot of selling on Etsy, and then my own platform through Shopify. So if anybody wants to go check that out, it's thelostpaniolo.com. And if you don't know how to spell Paniolo, just, hey, look at the YouTube channel title and that'll show you. But a Paniolo, by the way, is a Hawaiian cowboy. So I've lived probably 30 different places over the last 50, 60 years. And I guess the two places that I have lived that I think made the biggest impact on my life are Hawaii and Texas. So to marry the two, you come up with a Hawaiian cowboy. And what do those two states have in common besides being the best two states in the United States, as far as I'm concerned, is of course the cowboy. So a Paniolo is a Hawaiian cowboy. So it's thelostpaniolo.com, and I started dealing in vintage when I was actually living in Hawaii from about 92 to about 95. And I dealt a lot in vintage Aloha shirts, so that's kind of where I started, selling at a flea market in 1992 on Oahu. And I have family members that live on Maui, which I'm probably going to be taking a trip over to Maui in September. Heck, I'm going to get a one-way ticket. You can get some really, if you don't mind flying, especially if you don't mind flying standby. Excuse me, but this isn't a standby ticket. This is just a coach kind of a ticket, $300 one way. I don't know how long I'll be staying. Could be a whole month. I don't know. Depends when my sister gets sick of me and kicks me out and say, "Go back to Texas." Not really, but I'm going to get a one-way ticket, $300 over to Maui, and stay at least 2 weeks, maybe even the whole month. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I know I got to be back by October 1st because I'll be opening up a space in an antique mall. And that's more about that later, but I want to get in to be there for the Christmas season. So 6 months, 3 months prior, 3 months after. So I'll be there for at least from October 1st through March of next year to get all that, get that the Christmas and holiday type sales, and which is the biggest for resellers or for any sellers for retail period. The biggest selling part of the year is 3 months prior to Christmas and 3 months after. And of course, we're just coming out of the summer. Most of the time, the summer is the lowest for for selling. The last big month I had was in April. I think I did, I don't know, close to 5,000 just for the vintage, besides the other things that I do. But, well, hey, while I've got you here, I wanted to show you 3 interesting finds. Like I said, I have probably between 1 and 2,000 items that I have curated just probably over the last 2 years for vintage reselling. And of course, a lot of that's sold and I've rebought, and I try to keep my inventory somewhere between 1 and 2,000 items. But of course, a lot of it's cross-posted between Depop and Etsy and the lostpaniolo.com, which is the Shopify platform. And of course, all Shopify, well, I would think all Shopify platforms do the same thing that I do, and put that onto Instagram and then put that onto Facebook. It all links together. So you could buy from Facebook, or you could buy straight off of Instagram, and it all links right to your Shopify platform. But like I said, I wanted to show you a quick 3 things that I've just recently picked up. This here, 1970s denim snapback. Pretty cool. Made in USA, of course. I would only ever buy Made in USA. It's hard to see right there, especially with the reflection of the light onto the white background. But it is a Made in USA. It doesn't look like it's ever been worn. Perfect condition. Yellow freight systems. Pretty cool. I like it. Even fits my big head. But anyway, that's one. Number 2. There it is. Don, hey Don, if you're out there, send me a message. Don Anderson's company, Road Oils in Asphalt. Nice, another denim cap, perfect condition, snapback on the DeLong Sportswear, size large, Made in USA. Pretty cool. And then of course the last one, which is my favorite out of the 3, is, check this out, Fair Official 1984 Bale Tire and Auto Centers. This is looks like it's through the JCs, so pretty cool. Very great, very good condition. Active Generation, a division of Dallas Cap and Emblem Manufacturing Incorporated, Made in USA. That's a mouthful. Here you go, check it out. So those are my 3 show and tell items. 3 great denim snapbacks, vintage. One, especially that one that's dated Fair Official 1984. Nice big yellow patch. I just think they're really cool. But they are going up for sale. In fact, I already have them listed. I have them listed on my Depop store. I have them listed on my Etsy shop, and I have them listed on my website. And of course, you could buy them right off of Instagram or Facebook. But that's it. That's my little show and tell for the day. And I'll be uploading a lot more here coming up pretty soon. And especially when I get back from Maui, and show you all my cool vintage Aloha finds and anything else I find over there. But I'm specifically looking for vintage Aloha shirts more than anything. Well, like this is a cap I just picked up, Kauai Rooster. Kauai Rooster, if you ever been to Kauai, you know that there's chickens and roosters running loose all over. They're feral, originally. I mean, it's not like chickens grew up originally on the island 100 years ago. But they were brought over, and then they run loose all over the place. So Kauai is pretty cool because it's known as the Garden Isle, and it's a lot more rural than a lot of the other islands. And it's actually, if you're planning a trip and you want to go to Hawaii, really the first time, if you've never been and you want to go, the first time you go, you always go to Oahu. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah, it's the most touristy place, but you want to do the most touristy things the first time you go, especially if you have kids. That's definitely where you want to take them, because there's just so much to do besides sitting on the beach. To me, I could go and stay for a month and hardly ever even get out of the water. I do a lot of snorkeling or diving, free dive, scuba dive, and I could just stay there and do nothing. On Oahu, I love Sharks Cove. I could go to Sharks Cove just about every day. But anyway, So that's a Kauai hat. That's what that is. And I hope to talk to you soon and show you some more cool stuff, especially when I get back from Maui. And see you next time.